This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening. Welcome to the Masterclass in TechCom webinar series. My name is Tavia Record, and I serve as the president for the Society for Technical Communications, Washington, D.C. Baltimore chapter that is bringing this series to you this evening. Thank you very much for your support of tonight's feature, which is self-publishing on Amazon Kindle Direct for TechCom professionals, presented by Dr. Uwar Akinci, an award-winning leader in the technical communication field that has worked for Fortune 100 companies such as ADP, Fannie Mae, and Honeywell since 1998. Dr. Uwar specializes in preparing software documentation, and his background includes desktop publishing, print design, and work as a journalist covering the United States Department of State and the U.S. Congress. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Uwar.
Thank you, Tavia. I appreciate it for that warm introduction. Folks, today our subject is Amazon Kindle publishing, and I'll be sharing quite a few tips and tricks to make your publishing workflow easier. Now, I am a technical communicator since 1998, past president of my lovely chapter, Society Technical Communication, Washington, D.C., Baltimore chapter, and an STC associate fellow. Now, this presentation is about how to publish on Amazon, but not necessarily how to make money on Amazon. So those are two different things. Now, what we will cover today in 45 minutes, and which after that maybe we'll have 15 minutes for Q&A, and I will ask you probably to hold your question till the very end, because for one thing, I may answer your question along the way. And also, we're gonna follow a certain workflow, not to interrupt that workflow. We will cover how to decide what to publish first off on Amazon, and how to publish a paperback, then how to publish an ebook. And if we have any time left, we will look at this beautiful new royalties report on Amazon Kindle, and very lastly, how to promote and advertise on Amazon. Now, everything I'm using in this presentation is free tools and plugins, and I hope Tavia would be kind enough to share this presentation deck afterwards with you all, so that you will have access to all these tools. And most of them are Google Chrome plugins, extensions, and probably the most important of them is AMZ Suggestion Expander. When you search something on the Amazon site, it just expands the keywords. I'm going to use canva.com to design our covers, which is a very important part of publishing on Amazon Kindle. Amazon Quick View gives you a bird's eye view of the ranking and other important stats about any book. And you can just Google for any PDF to PNG or compressing, optimizing PNG, the image optimization and size shrinking extensions. We will use them. And lastly, Amazon Sales Calculator, to give you a very realistic idea how powerful Amazon platform is. Now, how to decide what to publish? Now, this is the sort of behind the scenes tip that probably you won't be able to find in too many places. There are two golden rules. One is the supply side. Search for a keyword and make sure the number of titles is less than 1,000. Like, we don't want too much competition. But that's also not enough. Once you find titles that are 1,000 or less in number, now what are their rankings? Are they in demand? Are people reading them? Are people buying them? I would say the average rank of the first 3 books listed should be 300,000 and or less. Now let's look at these 3 keywords. Imagine you want to publish ebooks or paperbacks on Albanian architecture, technical editing, and learning Turkish. And for that, I need to stop sharing and go to Amazon, right? I hope you can see the Amazon website here. 1 second, Amazon. Okay, now let's try Albanian architecture, right? And in books, not all, I select in books. If you don't see Amazon site, please let me know. That's what I'm sharing. Okay. Now we have 22 books about Albanian architecture, which is great, right? It means not a whole lot of people are applying books on Albanian architecture, but are people reading them, right? That's the important part. Now, the first 3 books in this category, 2.6 million ranking. Now, by the way, this little information summary box here is possible due to one of the plugins I mentioned. It's called, when I go back to the PowerPoint presentation, I'll point it to you. But this is 2.6 million, this is 14 million, and it's obviously, you know, if your idea is to make some money on Amazon, probably you shouldn't publish a book on Albanian architecture. How about technical editing, right? So there are 1,000 books in technical editing right there. The number is good, but what about the average rankings? And this is million, 1.1 million, 600,000, over a million. Again, I don't think this is a good category to publish on Amazon and to make money, frankly. How about learning Turkish? There are 2,000 books, which is okay. And trying to see the ranks, 94,000, 94,000, 43,000. This is clearly the average under 300,000. So if I was someone thinking about whether to publish a book on learning English or not, I would, I'm sorry, learning Turkish or not, I would definitely go for it because it has high prospects of becoming a successful publication. Now, going back to my presentation. Okay. Now, in Amazon, there are 2 kinds of books. The high and low content publishing. The high content books are fiction, novels, and mainstream nonfiction. But there is also a huge category that I personally was not aware of until like 6 months ago, called low content publishing. This includes stuff like just lined blank notebooks, journals, coloring books, log books, and all kinds of children's books. For example, this is not even a book, it's flashcards, set of flashcards, okay? Basically, there's a multiplication on one side and you turn it over, there's the answer. This ranks 21, number 21 in top 100 books on Amazon. And I checked this just yesterday. So I'm pretty confident that it's still at number 21 or 22. Now, what does this mean? Okay, let me show you what that kind of means by going back to our browser. Sorry, it takes little time to go back and forth due to this GoToMeeting GUI. I appreciate your patience. Now, if we go to Amazon book sales calculator, so this is just the approximate, this site will give you approximate value by ranking. Now remember that little set of cars was 21st ranking in the books category, right? Now when you hit calculate sales, this thing sells like 1,500 copies a day, folks. Now, I'm pretty sure from my past experience, they make $2 per each. So we are talking about $3,000 a day. Does that make $90,000 a month? I mean, my math is not too good, but so I mean, that's what Amazon can do for you. Not even for books with high content, but even with children's books, with log books, very, very simple things that we as technical communicators can generate very easily. So I hope this gives you a rough idea what kind of money some of the successful top 100 Amazon publishers and writers are making. So going back to my presentation here, and there are others too within the first top 100 books. There are at least two more children's books, the authors of which are making, I don't know, at least $10,000–$20,000 a month. Now, paperback publishing. Here is our first major topic. Now, paperback publishing consists of two modules, two components. One is the interior of the book, and the other is the front and back cover, which is so very important and frustrating to get it right. Now, interior could be a word. I have seen people who prepare interior in PowerPoint, and you can use any other really word editing program that can generate or export as PDF. Because with paperback, we need the interior as PDF for best results. And the cover, I use Canva, and other folks use, again, PowerPoint, very powerful graphic design application, as we all know. You can use Illustrator, Photoshop, anything you like. But I happen to like Canva because it has ready to plop in modules. And even with a free account, you can accomplish so much. Now, the trick with the cover of paperback book is it has a front cover, back cover, and a spine. And guess what? The width of the spine depends on the kind of paper you are using and number of pages, right? So it is a very delicate calculation to get, and plus you also have bleeding margins, like 1/8 of an inch all around, if you want your image to go all the way to the end of your cover. So after driving myself crazy for a very long time, trying to, add the spine and add the margins, because Amazon's checking engine is very precise and very sensitive. For example, if the width of your 2 pages front cover is 17.65 inches, and if you make it 17.5, you're gonna get rejected. It has to be exactly 17.65. it's a very sensitive auditing that goes on with the format of Amazon, both paperback and ebooks. So the good thing is Amazon also provides a cover template calculator. Okay, so now let's go to Amazon's cover template calculator. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Now let's go to cover template. Okay. Now this Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, you see this help button. It's an excellent help knowledge base. You know, anything you want to know about Kindle publishing and then some is included in this huge help file. Now on the left side, it says choose your template. First, trim size. Now, in this exercise, I will be publishing a book with you called 7 Ways to Improve Your Writing, right? And the Word original is 8.5 by 11 inches. So I know my paper size, and it's important to always keep that in mind, because look at the options that Amazon provides you with. Isn't that wonderful? So many different websites. Only I think a geek like me can fall in love with page sizes. So I select 8.5 by 11. Now page count. This little booklet I prepared has roughly 40 pages. Okay, and paper color is going to be either cream or white. I go with white. Okay, so let me take a sip here. So when you click the download cover template, you will be downloading a zip file. Okay, now with your permission, let me go back to my Windows Explorer folder. Okay, show you what's going on. Here we go. Hey, I'm getting the hang of this. All right. Okay, 7 ways to improve your writing instantly. This is my folder under books, right? Now, this is the kind of folder you'll be downloading from Amazon's cover template site. If you double click, you will see two kinds of, this is the template itself. You can see preview on the right side. This is in PNG. And just check out the file size. This is important. Can you see the file size is 50 megabytes? That's pretty huge. And also, it's available in PDF format. And we will use both of these. Now, the first thing to do is to optimize and shrink the file size of this PNG template. And there are many websites out there on the internet, and one of them I gave address in my plugins extensions list. So you can optimize this PNG into here is the same template file. It dropped to 128 kilobytes. I have no idea why Amazon exports these huge PNG files, which we cannot use in Canva. Now, how to design the front cover by using this template? That's what I'm going to do right now. But to do that, again, I have to stop sharing and reshare. Here we go. Reshare the Chrome browser. Now, where is Canva? All right, Amazon Kindle. Okay, Canva, canva.com, canva.com. We are waiting. If you haven't used it earlier, Canva is an excellent graphic design utility. Okay, I am trying to collapse this. Okay, good. All right, here we are at Create a Design. We will create a front cover for our paperback book. So this is my workflow, traditional. After so many trial and error attempts, this worked best for me with almost no errors. So start with an image, right? So this is the image of the template, the optimize, the smaller version. So I click open. Here is the template that Amazon kindly allowed me to download it. But since I'm a little paranoid, I want the measurements exactly to be precise, because I know even 1/10 of an inch would lead to Amazon rejecting my cover. So here I want to use my PDF version of this. This is another tip for you. Now, if we go to, okay, now inside the template folder, there is this PDF version of the template. Now, I will double click this and open PDF in Acrobat Reader. Okay. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you guys see it? Okay. The thing is, when you are viewing this PDF template, when you move your cursor to the left, at the left bottom, you will see the exact dimension of this template, 17.34 to 11.25. Okay, which means I can go back to Canva. I mean, on my desktop, I can just toggle back and forth. It's much easier, of course, than it is here. Okay. Now I click using this in a design, and I go to custom dimensions. I select inches, then enter 17.34 and 11.25. Now I'm 100% sure this is going to be exactly what Amazon wants. So click create new design. Waiting a little bit. Okay, now this is the template on which I can put anything I want and construct my front page. Since it's 40 pages, the spine is negligible. If it were thicker, like a 300-page book, you could also insert spine text vertically, I suppose. Now I go to uploads. This is the section where you can add text and elements and all kinds of photos, right? Now, here is, I kind of pre-uploaded all these things so that we wouldn't wait here in the midst of a webinar. So I click, and here is my front cover that I prepared previously. So I stretch it all the way to the edge of this orange bleeding margin. Now, what to do about the left side, back cover? This is what I do. I go to Elements and come on. I click on this square, right? The color could be the same, or maybe for a little contrast, I select dark green, let's say, and I stretch it across, right? Then I pull it down. Now to send it back, use position, send it backwards, boom. Now you can add your photo here again. You can upload your photo, right? See how egomaniac I am. I have to have my picture. Then you can add a text. Just please don't put anything here on the lower right of your back cover, because Amazon will insert a barcode there, right? So when you're satisfied, you go to download and you click. You don't want to download PNG, you want PDF print. This is the option you select, and then you download. So this would give you your front, back, and spine cover. Cover is done. So since our cover is done, now it's time to go back to Amazon Kindle bookshelf and start putting our book together. This was the hardest step ever in the whole workflow. So you guys can congratulate yourselves. So let's see. Do I need to go there? Yeah. Okay, Amazon. All right. Are you seeing this, what I'm seeing? I'm at the Kindle Direct Publishing. Oh, no. Okay. I have to share it. Sorry about that, folks. Bear with me. Okay. Boom. You see it now, right? Kindle Direct Publishing.
Yes.
Now, here is the book. I started this like a soup starter so that it wouldn't take too much time showing everything from scratch. 7 ways to improve your writing. Here's to start a paperback, you very simply click paperback button, and for ebook, you click ebook button. Previously, like last year, 2 years ago, paperback was a different proposition altogether, right? You could only generate ebooks inside Kindle. Now they combine the two. It's so lovely. So at just one go, you can do a paperback, you can do an ebook. So paperback actions, I'm going to continue with paperback details. Okay. Now, a couple important points here. This is the first page. There are like 3 or 4 pages. Now, book title is very important. And the reason it's important, for some crazy reason, I don't know why, Amazon insists that what you write here in the book title should be exactly the same on your front cover, right? If like my front cover says 7 ways to improve your writing by your local genius, right? Something like that, it'll reject the book and the cover. So this is very important. Subtitle, anything you like. I just made it up, techniques for professional writers. Series, sometimes people publish like trilogies, right? So is this book part of a series? If it is, what's the series name? What's the series number? You can do all that. Edition number, is this the 2nd edition, 4th edition, etc. Author, here's my name, Uğur Akıncı, middle name, suffix, etc. Contributors, if you have any contributors, you can have their name in here as well. Now, description is pretty generous, and I have included a placeholder text here for the description. Now, the important thing is this. This description is important not only for Amazon keyword searches and Google keyword searches, that's where they pick it up, but also you can use HTML tags in this description. tags that vary from H1, H2, H3, H4, etc. H1 being the largest of them all. I personally employ them and recommend you employ them as well because it creates such a harmonious, beautiful book description with large titles followed by small print, large titles, small print. It's an attention grabber, so make the best use of it. You can, I believe, there's a whole list in the help file, tags like break, BR, strong for italics, and I believe, what was that, rule, right? There is a tag for rule to divide different text sections. So it is up to your design sense to format this description in an as attractive fashion as possible. Publishing rights, you of course, this is your book, you say I own the copyright, right? Hold necessary publishing rights. Even though once I translated poems of Rumi, they were written in 13th century. I thought it was in public domain, and Amazon rejected it. It slapped me on the wrist saying you don't have the publishing rights. Okay. Now, keywords. Everything you have in the title, subtitle, description, Amazon picks up as keywords. And so you can come up 7 more here, either repeating what you have in the title, which would be a waste if you ask me, or some interesting, clever keywords. For example, this book is about 7 ways to write better. Maybe success, there could be a keyword, like if somebody wants to be successful by writing better, right? So kind of you can approach this from the sideways, not head on straight. So keyword is an art in itself. God knows how many books have been written about keywords. Now categories, I wish Amazon did a better job because this is, a lot of trial and error. You really have to dig in there, all these categories. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of categories hidden under this deceptively simple looking 3 structure. It goes on and on. And since this is a book about writing, I zero in at language, arts and disciplines. So nonfiction, language, art and disciplines, general. What the heck, what else I chose? Study and teaching. Okay. So these are the categories I have chosen. Adult content, anything inappropriate, children under 18, no. Then save and continue. I hope you are with me so far. We are getting there, and half of the way we are there. Now, ISBN. For paperback books, Amazon is so generous. They give you a free ISBN number, which would cost you probably anywhere from 15 to 40 bucks if you were to purchase it yourself separately, individually. Now, there is one more reason here, another tip, why you want to get a free KDP ISBN, because if you don't get this, at the very end, we will preview our work. We will launch it. Amazon won't allow you to preview your paperback if you use your own ISBN. So that's another one of the Amazon mysteries. Publication date, you can select the publication date. I don't. Now, print options. I always select black and white interior, white paper, and like paper sizes. As I said, there's a whole lot of different paper sizes here, and I have chosen 8.5 by 11 inches. Bleed settings, you can try it both ways. I go with no bleed. If it doesn't work, I click bleed. Sometimes trial and error. I select cover finish glossy. Then uploading the manuscript. You click, and I have already uploaded my PDF manuscript, which is this, right? So it is already uploaded. When the uploaded is successful, see the PDF, Amazon will let you know. Now, book cover, there are two ways to go about this. I prefer to upload my own cover, and I showed you how you do it in Canva very easily. Because even though I'm not a great graphic designer, it kind of, I get kick out of, doing my own thing. But you can also use a cover creator built in, right? There's a built-in cover creator. I'm launching cover creator now to show you how many tools Amazon Kindle provides you with. Now it has, okay, for spine text, it says it has to be 100 pages. Yeah, I know. I won't have spine text. And first, let's go, since I've done this before, as I was doing like a dry run of this presentation, it starts from Style and Edit tab. Actually, it should start from Choose a Design. Okay, so here are all the horrible, if you ask me. I mean, these are bad design, but I don't know. Maybe someone likes them. Look at these designs. Wow, look at this, 7 ways. Let's say I chose this. You click, I choose this design. Now you can choose colors, right? Different color palettes. Look at that. Wow, very impressive. And you can choose layouts, different layouts. See how Amazon adds barcode here, and you can enter your picture and other text, etc. But as I said, since I don't, if you like this, you can go ahead and go through all the steps and have a cover design. But I kind of, yeah, I want to start over, go to the first square. Come on, Amazon. Okay. And I want to go back to paperback content page. Now, again, upload a cover, click. I go to my book file, and now I want to download my PDF cover. So it's uploading. And when it's done, save successful, very good. Thank you, ma'am. And here, yeah, cover uploaded successfully. Now comes the best part of the deal. I want to launch previewer and see what my paperback book looks like when it's going to be published. Now, this is a lengthy, this takes a couple minutes, relatively lengthy if you're a very impatient person like me. Now, Amazon's big brain is checking everything. It's checking files, fonts, it's checking the resolution, the quality of images. It's going to go through everything. So that's why this steps takes longer than other steps. And I will take refuge in your patience. And maybe in the meanwhile, you can ask your questions if you have any to our hardworking president, Tavia. She's so helpful always. I feel so grateful. And it is checking for quality issues. Kind of intimidating, isn't it? You say, oops, trim size is checking everything. Quality issues. Is this high quality? Really? This is serious business. I mean, I published books in the past on my own, and especially with my wife. She has a couple books published. I mean, this stuff used to take years, trust me. Between editing, sending to the printers, etc. Here now, within half an hour, you can have a paper book finished and ready for sale on like 8 or 10 different countries in Brazil, Japan, Canada, Germany, Spain, Italy, all over the place. I mean, this is real luxury. Sometimes I have to kind of pinch myself. Is this possible? I just love it. Okay, we are checking image quality while I take another sip from my iced tea. Now it's checking margins and gutter size. It's checking everything. Checking. It should be finished soon, I promise. Okay. Pagination, checking. I hope I won't be embarrassed at the end of all this. Saving, yeah. Good news. Oops. Boom. Okay. Sweat off my forehead. This is the front cover. It says check this and that, but there are no major errors here. You always check this. It's very ugly when you got errors. That sidebar is full of error messages. Now, what's inside? Oh, okay. Inside is our sample book, right? Very nice. Two-page view, thumbnail view. You can look at the whole thing here, right? So it looks good. We have our barcode in the back. Remember our barcode for free. Approve. I am approving this. Okay. When I approve it, now it's time to price it. Now, paperback has a cost, right? Printing cost. Amazon is saying it costs me $2.15. This is how it works. Amazon deducts the printing cost from your list price and then gives you 60% of that. For example, if the book is, let's say it's $2. If the book is $10, 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 times 6, what is it? 48. So you make $4.80 on this particular book if you sell it for 10 bucks. Not bad. So you save and continue. Save and continue. Okay, here we go. I select all territories, worldwide rights, or you can select individual territories. But if you're trying to sell your book, I don't see why you shouldn't select worldwide rights. Now, Amazon.com, it says it has to be between $3.58 and $250. I'll go with 10 bucks. 10. Okay. Now it automatically calculates how much I'm going to make. At 60% rate printing, oh, it's $3.85. Now, expanded distribution in 7 other markets. I am allowing Amazon to market my paperback books in 7 other markets, which is like 7 different countries. So there, the rate is lower because, of course, it's reaching out to faraway markets, and I'm making $1.85. And I'm happy with it. Terms and conditions, it may take 72 hours. Everything is okay. Publish your paperback book. Here we go. We are publishing it now, folks. This is real time. Save successful. And then, boom. It says 7 ways to improve your writing. Techniques for Professional Writers by Uğur Akıncı, $10. Okay. Now it'll take up to 72 hours. Usually it takes 24 to 48, and etc. etc. I click done. Boom, that's it. It's in review. Somebody is reviewing the book, and since there were no errors, I'm 100% sure it's going to get published in a couple days. Now, ebook. Ebook. I will continue the setup. Ebook details. Ebook is different in that we are not talking about paper, but all digital, right? All HTML and cascading style sheets. It's on a server somewhere. It's just ones and zeros. So formatting will be kind of different. And the cover front cover will be easier because there's no spine on the web and there's no back cover. There's just front cover. So we again start with the book title. Important. This should match what you have on the book front cover. Subtitle. Okay. Same idea. Series information. Is this part of a series? If so, what is the number? Edition number. Same idea. Author. This is simpler. Just name and last name. No prefix, suffix, doctor, that sort of thing. Contributors, you can add another, you can add as many contributors as you like. Description is the same idea. This is again a placeholder description. And again, I recommend using HTML tags to make your description more presentable and easier on the eye. Publishing rights, of course, I own the rights. Keywords, again, you can use either those in the title, subtitle, or something original of your own. Categories, same idea. You just get in there like a chicken, start to go through these really perplexing categories, like, again, nonfiction. The main, I think, division is between juvenile fiction, nonfiction, and adult fiction, nonfiction, comics, graphic novels, education, and reference. So I have selected nonfiction, language, arts disciplines, study and teaching general, the same categories. I won't spend too much time. Age and grade range, is there a minimum age, maximum age? No, not really. And I'm ready to release my book now, of course. Save and continue. Okay, it is saving now, done. Okay, then I think we are now book content. Now, digital rights management, I always select yes, okay, and this inhibits unauthorized distribution of the Kindle file of your book. It was its intention, according to Amazon, is to prevent piracy, you know, so Amazon becomes the guard of this file. I like it, I click yes, it didn't hurt me so far. Now, you upload ebook manuscript. Here, it is not PDF anymore because PDF doesn't yield the best results. I highly recommend Word format. And here you can see docx. I'm using Word 365 or in any other backwardly compatible Word format would do. So you upload your manuscript, you know, wherever it's saved at. In my case, it's right here, 7 ways to improve your writing instantly. So this is the one I uploaded. And Kindle ebook cover, same deal. You can go with the cover creator, and which again, I can't believe that Amazon couldn't do better in the cover department. Now, one thing is crucial. The sizes are very crucial. It should be 1,600. Let me see. Let me be precise about this. Okay, I don't want to say something wrong. Let me go to my PowerPoint presentation because there is a slide there about this. Paperback publishing, ebook publishing. Okay. Now it should be either ideally 2560 versus 1600 pixels. And the minimum should be 1000 pixels long, 625 pixels wide. And the cover should be less than 50 megs. The deal is the same. We have the interior in a Word file and cover this time not PDF. Remember, we had a PDF for paperback edition. It needs to be either JPEG or TIFF. So formats differ. but the idea is the same. And I again design the cover in Canva. You are free to do it in Illustrator, Photoshop, PowerPoint, Inkscape, Gift, any other application you like. But I use Canva because it is so handy. Now, sorry about that. To go back to our Amazon Kindle page, Amazon, continuing with our editing. So we uploaded the cover successfully. Now we can launch our previewer. Now it's again saving the file and checking everything. And it was quicker this time, right? So you have two options. As you know, instead of page numbers, the Kindle eBooks have locations. So it's reformatted into 1123 different locations. And this is, as you can see, we can see it in the landscape iPad format or the smartphone portrait orientation. So we click, see, right as you speak, here's our book. You know, very nice. This is exactly how it's gonna look like when we publish it. I mean, wasn't it easy? Okay, so we go back to book details. Go to book details. Okay. Now, ISBN is optional. I never use ISBN with my ebooks. Publisher, Technical Communications Center Publications, and save and continue. Now, pricing is very interesting with ebooks. I think Amazon did a lot of thinking about how to price an ebook. Now, you can select with KDP Select. This is important to promote your book. And I select all territories. Now, royalty and pricing. There are two types of royalties available for ebooks. One is 35%, one is 70%. Now, who doesn't want 70%? If you select 70%, now you have to price your book between $2.99 and $9.99. If you want to go with 35%, okay, you can price your book anywhere from 99 cents to $200. Now the question, can we publish our ebook for free? You know, like it could be a marketing gimmick, right? You can put out these brochures there, let millions of people see them. As a list price, as far as I know, Amazon does not allow you to put $0 as price. But you can do two things to distribute your books for free. Because as I said, maybe you're writing a 3-book series on how to install a server or something like that, or a novel, right? So maybe you want people to get a taste of what you have done in the first book so that they can pay for the remaining books. There's thing, remember Kindle Select program? This allows you to commit your ebook to Amazon for 90 days. With Paperback, I believe Amazon is more liberal. They allow you to do whatever you want, unless you sell it for less somewhere. Amazon is very sensitive for that. But for ebooks, you are saying for 90 days, I'm going to sell this nowhere else but on Amazon. And during 5 days of those 90 days, you can distribute your book for free. And either consecutive 5 days or separate 5 days. And secondly, there's this program which I'm a member of called the Kindle kind of unlimited book program. If you become a member, and you can read as many books as you want at the 10 books at a time. Now, those books you can read for free. So that way, if the reader is a part of that program by paying $10 a month, which is, I think, a tremendous deal, again, they can read your book for free. But as a list price, I usually go for 70, and I go for like $3.99. And here's another tip for you, psychological tip. I try these days not to price my books $2.99 because this structure forces millions of authors to price their books $2.99. It becomes like the bottom line, and I believe the value perception of that price is not too high. When people see $2.99, they say, oh, another $2.99 book. But when they see it's $3.99, like $1 more, all of a sudden antennas go up. They, oh, interesting, this is $3.99. This must be more valuable. I mean, there have been a lot of market studies about this, how the price affects people's value perception. So I usually try to go with the $3.99, which would give me a royalty of $1.40. No, I'm sorry, a royalty of $2.78. I mean, that's tremendous royalty for something that costs $3.99. Now, after going through terms and conditions, I go to publish your Kindle ebook, saving, and it's done, folks. Here we go. This is also in review. So within, I don't know how much time we have left. Congratulations. 7 ways to improve your writing. Techniques of professional writers, $3.99. It can take up to 72 hours. Done. Boom. I mean, within what, half an hour, we published a paperback book and a Kindle ebook. So let me, within the time left to us, go and show you the royalty page. Yeah, sharing. Now, Amazon came up with a really nice kind of royalties estimator management screen about Kindle Direct Publishing. Now, here is how much I made this month. $14.22. Yoo-hoo! Sometimes I can't even make that. Sometimes I make a little more. So probably the books I'm publishing are not very popular, right? But look how beautiful this chart is. It shows me all through October the books I have published. Like I believe today was a lucky day. I sold 100 active voice, 100 active voice and passive voice exercises with answers, and I made $2.62. That's good. Now here underneath it shows all the countries in which I sold my books, and then it goes book by book. Like this one sold in the United States, and I made $4.70 for French film noir classics. I'm a movie fan. I've written a lot of movie books, United States and others. Cap and Trade sold in Brazil and India. So I'm sure they have all this carbon release and environmental pollution problems, etc. Now, here at the dashboard, the total is, part of it comes from orders, like these are the individual books sold, but this is not only how you make money, you know, that's another very beautiful thing with publishing on Amazon. There's also something called KENP Read, Kindle Edition Normalized Pages Read. Amazon Kindle pays you not only for the books you sell, but for the pages of your books that are read by those who won't buy the books. So, maybe in the preview, they go and they read a couple pages. And so all these pages read translate maybe not much, like a total of 243 pages read. And most of it's story ideas, 99 original ideas for screenplays, novels. So they are still improving this page. And there's, of course, payment statements and like by country, and you can select like all marketplaces, let's say Germany. Okay, these are all my income from the books sold in Germany, Kindle books. $2, $4, $1, 32 cents, 90 cents, etc. And you can select sales period, like last December. Oh, I made $1 in Germany. Big deal. And dashboard. So this is a very nice way to see what's going on with your sales, with your books. And let me show you one more thing. You can actually advertise to sell your books on Amazon, right? And those are the sponsored books that show up on the top of Amazon book page when you search for books. And those are the books for which someone paid to advertise. Here to total, and I can see now, I think, yeah, last 3 months. So I paid $15 to sell $18 worth of books. I won't get rich, folks, by selling books. You can see it on Amazon. But there are so many different factors. The reason I know I'm not selling more because I'm refusing to pay at the keyword price that Amazon tries to sell me. Like Amazon says, this keyword, you have to spend like $1 a click. And I set it to 50 cents a click. So it doesn't show my ads always on the top, which is a different topic, different seminar in itself. But tonight, I just want you to know that at advertising, Amazon.com, just like Facebook advertising, you can also advertise on Amazon to sell more of your books. So I don't know how much time we have left, but let me go back to my PowerPoint presentation. Okay. How royalty, you will gonna get a copy of this deck at the end of this seminar. And lastly, let me just briefly mention, because probably we won't have time to go deeply into it, Amazon has two kinds of promotions for your books during those 90 KDP select enrollment period. One is free book promotion. I already talked about it. The other is Kindle countdown deals. You can have up to 3 steps. So let's say your book is $10. The promotion countdown starts at $3. It says right now, until such and such date, this $10 book is only $3. So after a week, it goes up to $6. It says, quick, buy it now. If you don't buy it now, it's going to go up to 10 bucks, right? So it kind of puts a pressure on you. And as you know, fear and greed sells. Nothing sells like greed in sales business. So it has a built-in little greed motor engine. And so this KCD is another kind of promotion that you can have if your book is part of the KDP Select program. Here we go, Kindle Countdown, free book promotion, advertisement. And I believe we have reached the end of our 45 minutes, if I'm not wrong. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Here's my email, writer111@gmail.com, and I offer you 3 different kind of free resources. One is my technical writing website, Technical Communication Center, or tcc6.com. I have a 7-day tech writing course, email course, totally free. You're welcome to enroll in that. And I also have a YouTube channel where I make fool of myself as frequently as possible. So I would invite you to become a member and watch my technical writing and business writing videos as well. So I am in your service if you have any questions.
This was awesome, Uar. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Definitely
We'll send out the recording to our guests. If there's any questions, can you please put them in the chat and I will help Uar to answer them for you. Well, you do have a comment from Tamika German. Tamika said, "You are wonderful for doing this, and I'm currently enrolled in the Udemy technical writing course that you offer."
Thank you, Tamika. I appreciate it. I hope you like the course. Shameless plug-in. Thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome.
And Jennifer says, "Thanks so much."
Thank you too, Jennifer. I really encourage all technical writers, business writers, anyone who writes nonfiction. Amazon, I try to demonstrate it for you. It's such a powerful platform. I mean, people become millionaires by publishing books on Amazon. We tend to forget that. I think it's useful to remember that. You know, if you could sell books on Amazon, probably that's all you need to do in life. You know, it's important.
Karen almost says thank you. Brian said thank you.
Brian, thank you. Respect.
Okay, Craig asked, thank you for, he said, first he said thank you, and then he said, will you do more seminars live? I'm hoping we'll collaborate more.
It's up to my lovely chapter, SDC, Washington, D.C.
We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you. So Craig, stay tuned, please.
Okay. I'll come back, definitely. We'll do more.
HJ asked, okay, can you get pre-approval from Amazon for the content so that you don't get rejected as you did with the poetry translation?
Yeah, and also, I'll tell you, another one of my books got rejected. I was doing a very thoughtful, wonderful journal for Corona days, right? COVID days, because we are all depressed, we are locked up at home, and I created, designed, I spent a whole week, this wonderful, insightful journal, personal journal, and Amazon rejected and blocked it right away. I said, why are you guys blocking? We're in the midst of COVID pandemic, and this is such a wonderful, they wouldn't have any word of it. So I don't think your answer to your question, pre-approval, I'm not sure, I don't know, because it's all so computerized and, you know, automated. It is tough to talk to a real person at Amazon. I mean, their machines are fantastic, wonderful. They are working, you know, that's the good news. The bad news, like, there are no phone numbers to pick up and say, hey, Jimmy, I have a question. You know, you can't do that. So the short answer is no. I don't know how you can get a pre-approval. But as soon as you have seen, it doesn't take long. As soon as you start to write the title of your book and few other things, and at the end of 15-20 minutes, you'll know if Amazon will reject you or not. So you will know, definitely. They will block you. And if you keep insisting, though, you know, pulling fast one with titles like how to cure cancer, right? How to make $1 million in 10 minutes, you know, those sorts of topics, you know, they may end up blocking your whole account. Amazon is very serious. So pay attention what Amazon is blocking.
Great feedback. Thank you, Uar. Okay, Brian's asked, okay, will illustrations be hard to incorporate into the file?
If you can incorporate it into a PDF, you know, that's all it takes. If it's part of your file, PDF. With Word eBooks, I have noticed sometimes there are formatting problems. You know, what is like in the center of the page in the original document ends up kind of on the side, or you know, sometimes the way section headers are split, you have like what we call the, you know, orphan headers, right, at the bottom of the page, only a title. So there could be formatting issues. But with paperback version, if you have it in the PDF file, it should publish as is. You shouldn't have any problems. I mean, the file size, of course, goes up, right? That's another thing. The ebook copies are kind of different. They are priced. Actually, there are 3 categories: up to 3 megs, between 3 and 10 megs, and over 10 megs. And these are, Amazon charges different delivery prices for your file, because you are occupying Amazon servers, right? And when someone buys an ebook, Amazon has to deliver it. There is bandwidth involved, right? So it has a cost. So the larger the images in your files, the file size will go up, and probably chances are you will pay more to have Amazon deliver your ebook, which would eventually cut into your profit margin if you have lots of images in your ebook. You know, so it's formatting issue, Brian, and also cost of delivery are 2 things you have to consider.
Awesome. Kevin Cook said, thank you, Uar, much appreciated.
Thank you, Kevin. You got it. You got it.
HJ said, thanks for the helpful answer.
HJ, thank you. Well, this is done for your benefit, guys, and for the benefit of my local chapter. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you.
Yes, definitely appreciate you, Uar. Arjun said, thank you so much. He's currently in the process of writing a nonfiction book and was in a dilemma as to where to publish it. So thank you.
There you go. Amazon Kindle for free. I mean, between you and me, sometimes I think I'm kind of afraid to give ideas to Amazon, but sometimes I'm saying, man, I hope they keep this free, you know, because even if they charged, I would probably still publish on Amazon Kindle. It's free, you know. No excuses. I mean, if your book is not selling, it's on you. It's not on Amazon. To be or not to be, right? As the Bard said. So that's where you prove yourself as a writer. If you're a good writer, Amazon says, here's the platform, here's 100 million readers, go and knock yourself out. So.
And David Popham said, thank you for the presentation. A lot has changed even in the last 5 years with Amazon's process and documentation.
Yes, that's true. I mean, as I said, you couldn't even publish a paperback book like a couple of years ago. You had to go to another subsidiary of Amazon. And now it's a very dynamic company. I'm sure if we go back in 3 months, 2 months, something will have changed at Amazon. Don't take this as the Bible, the definitive, the last word on publishing. You have to follow it. And have an account is free Kindle account. Just drop in every day, have a look around, see what's going on, read the notices, go to help file. It's just let it be a part of your lifestyle. Be a Kindle fan.
Good advice. Okay, well, thank you again, Uar. We greatly appreciate you. Definitely looking forward to collaborating again very soon.
Sure, I appreciate it, Tavia.
Attendees, I'll definitely make sure that this recording is sent out to you. Thank you for your support and hope you will continue to tune in to our series features.
Be safe, everyone. God bless you. Be healthy.
Yes. God bless. Blessings. Take care. Thank you, Dr. Uar.
Thank you. Very grateful. With love and respect.
Love and respect. Bye.
Bye.